What is going on, everybody? Week 12, wide receiver, stardom, sit-ems. How we doing today, Mac?
Man, fine as a frog hair split 4 ways.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just country.
That's a country term.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with said frog hairs.
Well,
but we'll let it go because I don't know that. I don't know if I want to get too much into
if
it.
anybody got that, thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Hit the like button if you know what Mac's talking about.
Right.
No, we're gonna get into some wide receiver names today. Get you guys some good start sits for the week.
Yeah.
Had a pretty good week last week. We want to try to keep the momentum going.
Yeah. Let's roll with it, man.
If we helped you last week, hit the like button.
Let us know.
That's
we appreciate it.
Let us know. Absolutely. Make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribing, commenting below.
Yeah.
Ask us whatever questions you got. If we don't cover your player and you want to know about it, let us know.
Talk to us.
That's right. All right, man. Get us started.
All right, we're going to go with Mr. Adam Thielen this week, going against the Lions. Pretty much, man, Thielen is starting to look like wide receiver 1 every week. You know, the volume is there. You know, Diggs is still on the other side. It's just an offense that's starting to pick up steam at the right time. Everybody thought when Cooks, when Dalvin went out, it was just, okay, that's that season. You know what I mean? But they've turned it around, man. Case Keenum's look well. It might be a Tate Bridgewater sighting. Maybe. I think it's going to take Case a game to struggle, or if he's having like a monstrous Nate Peterman type half. Yeah.
I mean, he's just been playing so great.
Yeah.
To change it, I do think it's Teddy's team
going forward
after this year, at least.
Yeah.
But I don't see them pulling Case until he does something. But I don't think his leash is very long.
No, not at all.
No, absolutely. Those guys are absolute,
I mean,
studs.
Yeah.
I mean, and they both, Diggs and Thielen, they both got that big playability that can just, they can take a 5-yard bubble screen and take it, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's not surprising,
really,
but I mean, it's fun. All right, I'm gonna go with my first one, and this one is tough, but I think that you have somebody opposite of him.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go opposite of you.
Gotcha.
Tit for tat here.
Yeah.
I was prior to this past week, really high on Golden Tate.
Right.
Especially in PPR formats, really like Golden Tate. Thought that he was great. He was good for 5 to 7 catches a game. Mm-hmm. He's got the ability to break one. Kenny Galladay coming back is kind of taking away some of Tate's steam. Mm-hmm. He only had 3 for 32 against Chicago. They're going to Minnesota. Minnesota's defense, I know Xavier Rhodes is banged up. Mm-hmm. I think Tate's kind of getting the golden weenie here.
Okay.
Or green weenie, or whatever color you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I think it's moving more towards Galladay and a certain individual that's on your list.
Yeah.
So Tate, I know it's hard to sit Tate. Tate to me is just kind of going to be more of a flex play for the next 2 weeks probably, because they got Baltimore week after this one. So it's too bad, because he was averaging 7 catches a game. He wasn't putting up huge yardage, but he was getting the PPR catches, and if that takes a hit and he's not getting the huge yardage, I'll pass for right now. I don't, I'm not against you starting him as a flex.
Right.
But only a flex. Don't trust him as your wide receiver 1 or 2 going forward for at least the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, because those matchups are not getting any easier.
No.
And, and that kind of, alludes to my next start, which is Mr. Marvin Jones Jr. And again, like you said, it's like it's a shift. Golden Tate at first coming into the season, he was the number 1, getting all the targets. Now it's shifted. Galladay is healthy, but Jones Jr., man, he's very consistent.
The boxer?
No,
it's not Roy. It's not Roy.
Roy?
It's Marvin.
We ain't heard. Yeah, we're talking about Marvin. I ain't seen Roy in a long time.
I mean, neither. But you just when you said Jones Jr.,
Well, I was hoping people would understand, but yeah, Marvin Jones, man, is just he's starting to look really well. And again, like you said, Xavier Rhodes is not going to be playing, or at least as dated as of today. He may
be limited.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But even a banged up Xavier is you could pass on him. Marvin Jones has looked pretty good.
He's looked great, and Stafford's all of a sudden looking at him a lot more.
Exactly.
Yep, I hear you. I'm gonna. If you watched our quarterback show, you know one of my sits.
Yeah.
So if I'm sitting the quarterback, I'm probably going to lean on sitting the receiver.
Okay.
However, I'm going to sit both receivers from Oakland, Cooper and Crabtree. That's a little bold.
Yeah.
I mean, Cooper's been more consistent. Crabtree's been more consistent. Cooper's got the higher ceiling. They're going to be playing against Denver.
Yeah.
Denver's defense is not what it was a year or two ago, but the whole offense in Oakland just looks unorganized. It doesn't look like anybody's. It looks like a bunch of individuals playing. It doesn't look like a team playing. Yeah, it looks like they're out there to get their own stats and pump up their stuff, but they're not trying to help nobody.
Yeah,
and it's starting to cause a little bit of discontention. Big word of the day. You know what I mean? So Cooper, Crabtree, both are going to be ranked probably inside of most sites top 20.
Yeah.
For both of them. I know that's hard to sit both of them, but I want no part of either Cooper or Crabtree this week.
Yep. I agree. Well, my next start is Keenan Allen, and going against, Dallas, which the corners are not fabulous anyway, but this past week, man, Keenan Allen.
He looked possessed.
Man, good gracious. I thought he was going to get 200 yards this week, man.
I think he thought he was going to get 200 yards.
He probably did. Kind of like D.D. Westbrook, but you see what happened to that.
See what happened was 36 yards and 200 yards, not the same thing.
No. But Keenan, man, him and Phillip Rivers have had, a great rapport, since the beginning, that they've been playing together. And he's finally healthy. Gosh, he's just getting a boatload of targets, man, and I just don't see the declining right now. So you can start Keenan with confidence this week, and it's going to be. The thing is, I think they'll jump out ahead of Dallas pretty early. So I would temper a little bit. Not saying that he's going to get $152 TDs, but I think he'll at least score one, maybe about 75 to 80 yards. Which is a decent day.
Well, all right then. We'll take that. I kind of feel like I've been negative. Here you all are positive about these people.
Baby.
And I'm like telling you, I hate this person. I sit this person.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel a little bad. I'll throw a good one in there.
Okay.
And it's fun to say his name. He's talked about a lot. JuJu.
I like it.
We're going JuJu on this beat this week. JuJu was a start for most people last week. He didn't have a horrible game. He only had 4 for 47. But it's not great. It's not what we were expecting. But now he's going against Green Bay at home.
Yeah.
This is a JuJu type game right here. I think they are starting to spread the ball around a little bit more. Brown looks like the greatest receiver to ever walk the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Martavis is somewhat more involved. Bell's getting his touches still. JuJu is going to be the recipient of the busted coverage plays this week. Too much attention has to be paid to those outside guys. Especially Brown. Brown's taking 2 people away week in and week out, and those 2 people can't stop him.
That's true.
It's going to leave JuJu open across the middle. This is going to be one of those games where I can see JuJu. This is fun to say.
It is.
Hey, JuJu. Taking a 10-yard slant across the middle of the field and taking it 50, 60 yards. This type of scenario is what's building up for JuJu this week. He's not sneaky anymore by any means. But if you got a JuJu or a Golden Tate or something like that we've talked about, I'd much rather play JuJu just for the high upside.
Yeah.
He's trending in the right direction. If you're looking at your people on who you want to start and sit, if somebody's slowly going downhill, try to pick the guy who's slowly going uphill. You know what I mean? Even if he's not the consensus top pick, go with the guy who's got the most potential. And right now, I don't know if many receivers in football have more potential than JuJu.
No, yeah.
That kid is talented, and he's fun, and he's easy to like and get along with and relate to. He's just a normal kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, JuJu. Well, since you're going positive, let me flip it a little bit.
You going negative?
Yeah, let me go a little negative. But it'll be positive for some of you guys who were thinking about starting them, and I'm going to tell you not to. But this week, Larry Fitzgerald
Don't you dare sit old man Fitz.
I know it.
You should do it.
I know it, but I'm telling you, man, this week.
You put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Hey, going against the Jags, Saxonville. It's a recipe for disaster. Blaine Gabbert, he looked, pretty good. We talked about him. We told you guys to start him. This week, I don't know. Drew may come back. It doesn't even matter, because the simple fact is, whoever is back there is going to hear footsteps all day. And Fitzgerald's not going to have, of course he's going to be the recipient of most of the targets, but it's not going to be enough to be fantasy relevant. If you don't have any other options, then of course you got to play him. But if your wide receiver core is a little bit, tad bit better, then you can sit Fitz this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That hurts.
I know. I like Fitz.
But they should have a graphic on the game this week. He's probably going to finish by the end of the year. He'll be number 3 all-time in receiving yards in the NFL.
Man, that's pretty good.
On a team who hasn't had a quarterback consistently.
Yes.
That's impressive.
It is.
Shout out to Larry Fitz.
Yeah.
One of the all-time greats. Just don't start him this week.
Right.
I'm going to go with Mr. Ted Ginn Jr. Teddy Ginn. On a team that we don't know if they're going to throw it or run it. I don't think they know if they're going to throw it or run it. I think it just depends on what's faced in front of them. And Ted Ginn has seemed to kind of be one of the lone receivers outside of Michael Thomas, who you're obviously going to play. But he's consistent. And it's hard to say that about Ted Ginn, but no hands Teddy is gone. He's catching everything that's thrown to him. This past week against Washington, 6 for 87. And that's kind of like the baseline for him. He's had a lot of games right around those numbers. They're going to be playing in L.A. against the Rams. The Rams offense, even though this past week did not look it, they are the number 1 scoring team in football. They're going to score the ball. McVay is going to find a way for that to not happen consistently. A lot of attention gets paid to Michael Thomas. Willie Snead actually made an appearance this past week.
Yeah.
Not a huge appearance, but at least we know he's playing football still.
Yeah.
Kobe Fleener played the 4th quarter, and that was just about it. Brandon Coleman, he shows flashes. Breeze missed him a couple times yesterday where he had a wide open touchdown. He's like doing jumping jacks in the end zone by himself. But Ted again finds a way to get open, and he has earned the trust of Breeze in this short amount of time. Yes, this is the first season they've played together, but they're going to have to score. They're going to have to throw again this game, I have a feeling. They're not going to be able to start the game running the ball and finish the game running the ball. They're going to have to throw at some point in there.
That's true.
And I'm calling for a Teddy Ginn big play this week.
That's bold.
I'm saying Teddy Ginn going to get a 50-plus yard touchdown this week.
Hey, it could happen.
If it happens, everybody who watches this needs to hit the like button.
Exactly.
If it doesn't happen, just say, hey, you were wrong.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Yeah. Well, here's another guy that I don't particularly like this week, even though he's probably the number 1 in this offense right now. And it kind of teeter-totters from week to week. But
when's the last time you rode a teeter-totter?
Man, gosh. I don't know, probably when I was 8.
I don't even see those at playgrounds anymore.
No. I've been a big boy all my life, so it'd have to be a bigger guy.
On the other side?
Exactly.
Otherwise, you're all teetering and no
just sitting there, just looking. But Kenny Stills, man, here's the thing. Going against New England, Belichick, his MO is to take away their number 1. Yes.
What does MO mean?
What is it? Is it method of what is it again?
I don't know. I've always used it, but
I know.
No idea.
No. Anybody knows?
Comment below what MO means. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you again.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna be thinking about it because the term is used so much.
I've said it a bunch of times, but
method of operation, I think.
Well,
we'll go with that.
It sounds good. If we're wrong, then comment below.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what it is. Okay. But basically, his style, his forte, is to take away, the number 1 option, offensive option of another team. And right now, Kenny Stills is that guy. Devontae Parker, we've talked about before, but it's just hard to trust him. Kenny Stills has been so consistent. But like I said, this week I don't think it's going to work because Belichick's not having it. Mm-hmm. And Belichick usually gets what he wants.
If he doesn't, he cheats to get it.
Exactly.
That's right. Okay, now I'm going to go way bold.
All right.
Way bold. Now, he's had touchdowns in 2 straight weeks. Mm-hmm. His quarterback was on your start list.
Okay.
I'm going old school Mike Wallace this week.
Wow.
Mike Wallace at home against the Texans.
Yep.
We said it before. Everybody can throw against the Texans this year so far. Mm-hmm. Mike Wallace is slowly, the past 2 weeks, past 2 games, they've played 4 catches, touchdowns in each of them, almost double-digit fantasy points. And last year, he was that guy. Mm-hmm. Macklin kind of took away some of the thunder this year, but last year, this was Wallace's. This was his team, kind of. This was his deal last year. There's nobody else to take it away.
No.
And he's kind of taken a back seat this year. He's had good games here or there, but I have a feeling they start relying on him a little bit more end of the season. You talked about it in your quarterback video about how Flacco is going to start throwing the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
They haven't had a choice here lately because they didn't have much of, options available.
Right.
Well, Woodhead coming back helps.
Yes,
Woodhead gives them that ability to have a running back in the backfield that other teams don't know if he's going to run it or if he's going to catch it.
Yeah.
Yes, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be a pass play, but he's a decoy. They have to pay attention to him.
Yeah.
That linebacker, somebody on the outside is going to have to pay attention to Danny Woodhead.
That's true.
And Wallace still has that world-class speed where he can break one. He's got the ability. Made a great touchdown grab, one-handed, up against his face mask, left-handed, with one sock on type catch. He's got the ability. And I have a feeling going down the stretch here, they're going to start relying on him a little bit more. Flacco's going to start looking his way a little bit more because I don't want to say the Jeremy Maclin experiment is over.
No.
But it's not, when he first signed there, what we thought it all was going to be.
True.
So Wallace, I think, is going to start regaining some of that love from Flacco. And what a better way to do it against Houston.
Yeah.
Why not?
Everybody else has done it.
Everybody else done it. Maybe Mike Wallace wants to get him some too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I want to say sit this guy, but here's the thing. It's probably more of a temper situation. Reason being is because a lot of times, and we'll say it, time and time again, you got to play your studs. But DeAndre Hopkins is one of those guys. He's a great talent, but a lot of things are affecting his talent. Mainly Savage.
Savage.
Well, yeah. But, the quarterback play is just horrible.
The not macho man.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nothing macho about Tom Savage.
No.
And, again, going against the Ravens, man, it's just it's a bad matchup. Of course, they're going to be locked in on D-Hop. Suggs and those boys, man, they're going to get a lot of penetration on that line, and it's going to put a lot of pressure on Tom. And I don't even think he's going to have enough time to even get the ball off. You know what I mean? So, again, he's going to look D-Hop's way. I just say temper your expectations when it comes to him this week. If you don't have any better options, then you got to start him. But, if your team is stacked, if you went wide receiver heavy, it's a lot of other options out there that I think you could play, besides D-Hop this week.
Yeah, and my last guy I want to talk about for the week, I'm going to go Dez Bryant.
Yeah.
That offense just isn't what it is. One thing that people who drafted Dez Bryant or acquired Dez Bryant, you do it for the touchdowns. He's not getting touchdowns.
No.
He's not the big yardage type. He hasn't had over a 100-yard game all year long. They're going to be playing against the Chargers. That pass rush of the Chargers is going to give that busted-up Dallas offensive line and Dak Prescott all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Dez Bryant's going to get the looks. He's going to get the targets. Absolutely. He's just not doing a whole lot with them. He hasn't had more than 75 yards since week 4. That's bad.
That is bad.
And I don't see it changing this week.
Right.
His matchups get harder here coming up.
Yes.
If they can't solidify that offensive line somehow, which is crazy to even talk about the Dallas offensive line.
Yeah.
And get a run game consistently going like they had with Zeke, with Morris or Smith, or I don't know if McFadden never gets a chance, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If they can't shore that up, this whole offense is going to struggle the rest of the year.
Yeah.
They're going to be out of games. Dak's just throwing balls all over the place because he's got no time. He's making bad decisions. And Bryant's the one kind of paying the price for it.
True.
I mean, he's been banged up. He didn't look horrible this past week.
No.
He didn't look like he was, in a lot of pain. He had 8 catches still, but only 63 yards.
Yeah.
So unless you're in a PPR league, Dez Bryant, you need to look elsewhere this week.
Yeah.
Or at least just a flex play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is sad. I mean, you don't want to sit D-Hop or Dez, but
no, I mean,
let's be realistic.
Yeah.
It's not the best, situation.
Well, and then again, like I said, it just depends on, the owner's situation. If you're, on the verge of making the playoffs, you can't make a wrong decision. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to be very careful.
That's right. Sometimes you got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you're stuck in the box.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have no idea where the box analogy comes from.
No. Sometimes you stick stuff in the box and give it as a present.
Okay. All right. Comment below if you know what we're talking about on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys. Those are our start sets for wide receivers for the week. Thanks again. Make sure you're hitting that like button, commenting, subscribing, asking us whatever you got. Yeah. If we didn't cover somebody you want to find out about, ask us a question. We'll answer it for you. We'll get it to you before kickoff, hopefully.
Yeah.
Just remember, guys, right before Thursday kickoff and right before Sunday kickoff, our inboxes go crazy. So try to give us a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Just so we can get to you in time, but we'll help you out. We appreciate you guys. Thanks again. You guys have a good rest of your week.
Peace.